Three-way junction. Everyone thinks victory is at hand until the secret is revealed. Hello, we've got a delivery. This is an express shipment from Special District Number 3. Could you sign here, please? Sakura unloads a huge crate from her truck and hands it to the connection staffer. Nobody notices anything amiss. After all, wasn't it perfectly natural for a crate containing doll frames to have two dolls within? Basti had gotten her way after all. Her plan had never been to take something out, but to smuggle herself in. Stay quiet, or else the people outside will spot you. There isn't much room inside the crate, so it's a tight squeeze. Their faces are practically pressed against each other. Even their hair tangles into a blonde mess. Therefore, wait. This music. Therefore, even though she can't see anything in here, Phaeton can still feel Basti secretly turn her head away. This is message number 3752. Darling, you said to stay quiet. I am being very quiet. I know what I'm doing. Okay, then I can talk too. I'll be very quiet. Fine, you can talk, but be quiet for a bit. I need to finish recording this message first. Is it for the commander? Yep. I want in too. No, this is a personal private conversation between Darling and me. But I miss the commander too. Also, the commander is my master, not your darling. Okay, fine. And quit pulling my tail. Zoe said that people like you are cold homewreckers. Oh! You've always been trying to keep master to yourself and set me up. Quit fighting me. If you want to leave a message, you can do it too. Anyway, we'll be meeting Darling soon, so I'll let this slide. We've been bad friends for 10 years after all. 10 years? It's been 10 years since I last saw Master. Why are you crying? God, you're hopeless. You should be angry. Angry at the people in the agreement that drove Darling away from us. That's why we cannot let them get away with it. Wait, how come Basti doesn't remember Duchevne? That is actually odd. I'm sure Darling is trying her best to come back to us. When the time comes, I'll let you sit on a chair and watch us from the side. What? Why are you still biting me? But will Master really be happy about this? Aren't the things we're doing going to cause Master trouble? You do know Darling loves me, right? We were all lovey-dovey back in Griffin, so I'm sure she'll welcome me back tenderly. But doesn't Master love all of us? She's the nicest to me, though. We are not going to get anywhere arguing about this, so let's leave it aside for now. Oh, and by the way, it's totes because I'm certain I'm right and not because I can't win. In any case, Darling, in other words, the commander would never have left us on purpose. I'm sure the brass must have threatened her or something. But even then, she used the agreement to give us our freedom. That must be part of Darling's hidden plan. Master's plan? There's no point just waiting for Darling to come back like you did. That's because what Darling wants is for us to find her. However, just searching for Darling is enough. No, we need to pose a question. What can we do for Darling? After all, Darling is super popular, so there are going to be many dolls around her apart from you and me. In that case, how can I ensure that I'm number one in Darling's heart? Don't even try. The answer is simple, by making contributions. I don't think Master would mind. I don't care what my position is as long as I get to stay with her. Well, you're right in that. She probably wouldn't be bothered by that. However, I'm sure all those homewrecker hussies like, what, 2000? Hey, don't you dare talk shit about Macchiato. GD DSR 50 and 416 don't share that sentiment. They've been eyeing Darling for a long time too, so I'm sure they'll be thinking of some way to break the agreement and get close to Darling. I think you're already too late, Basti. That ship has sailed. Takes one to know one. Oh! Therefore, as a good girl, I'll have to prepare a generous dowry. That way, Darling can openly propose to me and shut all those other dolls up. I've already used my oath ring. Darling will be delighted and she won't find it troublesome at all. Got that? Phelan doesn't answer. However, Basti can feel her clenching her fist and nodding. Even though Phelin's not willing to share her feelings, Basti can tell they both feel the same way about the commander. Or GRG-41, Phelin, had desperately tried to keep her squad going as its final member. Despite everyone else leaving, she had remained in a griffin that no longer resembled those bright days, holding a lonesome vigil for the commander. There's nobody else who better understands Basti's feelings. This is message number 3752. But is it really okay to do this to Lydia? I mean, she's Miss Delos. Basti rolls her eyes. You know, ever since Darling left, I've been recording these messages every day. There were only 2 days when I didn't. Which days were those? The day Della saved me, and the day Della died. The inside of the crate falls silent for a while. If I hadn't met Miss Della, neither of us would be here today. Yeah, even now, the fact that she saved me still feels a little hard to believe. I told myself that I'd only ever be nice to Darling. That ended up with me digging around in a rubbish heap searching for scraps to keep myself running. But Della said, just come with me. You can still hang on to the freedom that person gave you. Lydia is a member of Miss Della's family though. You do realize she made fun of Della, right? Besides, you didn't even give Della's keepsake to her, did you? You held on to it right until the end, even though you neglected your own frame maintenance. I don't plan to give it to anyone, not even Zoe, unless she grows up. But Zoe's growing up really quickly. Yeah, humans sure are interesting. I cannot believe she's grown so much in just a few years' time. Zoe knows how to pickpocket, run cons, hack computers, and even be a gang leader. That's a far cry from you, Phelin, considering you don't even know how to comb your own hair. Sure I do. I just prefer the feeling when Master does it for me. Then why do you ask me to do it? Because you do a better job of it than me. Speaking of which, I keep thinking that Miss Della wouldn't have approved of how Zoe turned out. Well, it can't be helped. She went and kicked the bucket after all. Must you really say it that way? That meant the job of raising Zoe went to a bad kitty like me. And you know there's no way I would have let her become a boring blockhead like Lydia would have wanted. While I'm sure Miss Della would have wanted Zoe to be a good girl, Zoe formed the bugs to help all those orphanage kids. I think both Miss Della and Master would approve of that. That's because Zoe's doing what she believes in, just as they did. The crate suddenly shakes, someone has picked it up, and it begins moving forward. The show's about to start. How are you feeling? Excited? Are we really going to do this? That's a beacon, you know. It's probably one of the most valuable things in the Yellow Zone. We can do it, maybe not in the past, but we can definitely do it now. Much as I hate Lydia, an airborne beacon is really something else. Once the bugs hacks into its systems, they can free it from Connection's grasp and take control of its movements. We'll have total information freedom in the Yellow Zone. We can find Darling or do whatever we want. I asked just now, but Lydia's going to be really mad, right? Well, she deserves it. Just look at those people in town, toiling day and night. Lydia makes money off their work and squeezes them for more money on top of that. Once the bugs take control of a beacon, they'll have a chance to breach the vast gap Connection has in the communications field. That will improve the lives of a lot of people. Would Miss Della be happy about that? Of course she would. So cheer up, girl. We're going to put the finishing touches on our 10 years of hard work. Also, once we have the beacon, the bugs will have fulfilled their dreams of obtaining a weapon. They can use to show their capabilities. They'll take over the work Della left behind, build an intelligence network, and make enough money to feed themselves. They will also be able to help Darling like we can. At that time, you'll have kept the promise you made to Della. And I might be able to prove to Darling that I'm still a useful doll. Will Master praise Phelin? Will she pat my head? Basti hesitates for a moment, though it's not because she's pretty enough to get jealous of Phelin over such a trivial thing. Rather, it's because she knows that there's only one thing that's kept her going so far. The sole conviction that's kept her mind from completely breaking down after the commander left is her imagination. However, she wants that outcome more than anyone else, and so she will believe in herself more than anyone else. Of course. Come on, let's leave Darling a message while we are free. I can join in too? Yeah, let's do it together. This is message number 3752. Unlike all the others, there's a super clingy person here today. Come say hello to Darling. Master, can I call you Darling too? Hell no! In an empty room, suddenly the window slides open. Defh and Phaetusa climb in from the outside. Defh has a heavy-looking sack slung over her shoulder in a very suspicious manner. She heads over to the bed before putting it down. I still think this is bad. I cannot believe we actually stole the frames. It's therefore for not guarding the warehouse. Plus, the crate with the frames in it was in a super obvious place. Well, we shouldn't have done that. The commander's definitely going to be mad at me. Well, don't be mad at me. Commander, it was all Nixie's fault. Shut up. Also, she's already a wanted criminal. You think this is going to bother her? In any case, let's check the frames we got. I don't think we managed to get 100, but at least we didn't have to pay for them. Don't you worry, I was super careful on the way back. I definitely didn't go bumping into stuff. I just hope it will make life better for the others in the community. The moment they open the bag, Defh and Sweeper's eyes cloud over in confusion. The items in the bag vaguely resemble 10 doll frames, but as dolls themselves, they can immediately tell that these are 10 doll frames shell stuffed with certain devices. Esteemed strategist, may I know what these items are? I don't know either. My frame was manufactured by SF and it's nothing like this. The structure looks very weird though. Could they be the latest model of doll frames? That's got to be it. Looks like this is what those people were trying to steal. I'm sure Supreme Leader and Helen will be delighted with this. No, that ain't it. The internal structure of these frames is very simple. They don't look like pieces of sophisticated machinery or anything. More importantly, they don't have any artificial muscle fiber bundles or any organic parts installed. Rather, they look more like purely mechanical frames. Oh, I get it now. The maker of these frames must have been a big fan of the Sangbi's fairy design philosophy. I can't wait to see what these frames can do. Hold your horses, Nixie. These are not doll frames at all. Even the external shells aren't imitations. These are just containers made to look like doll frames. And what they contain are... I knew it. This was a trap set for us. The commander's enemies did it. They set this trap for us. Eh? Damn it. This has the fingerprints of a high-end predictive strategic AI all over it. The enemy knew we'd come here on behalf of the doll community. They knew we'd come here to acquire frames from the commander. I mean, for our great undertaking. Damn it. Looks like we have lost this clash of brains. But who's clashing with who here? How could an AI predict what you and Defh did? Even I didn't expect you to just bring them back here, you know? Right, let's go ask Helen. She's got a lot of experience. I'm sure she'll be able to tell if they are frames or bombs. You're going to talk to Miss Helen? Feels like we're going to get scolded. But that might be the best way to handle this. Just ask her not to tell the commander. Defh quickly makes a call. Defh, is that you? Oh, you. Didn't I tell you to never shut off your communicator? What happened? Are you in danger? Helen, this is an emergency SOS. Well, seeing as you're so energetic, I doubt you caused too much trouble. Am I wrong? What happened? Could you help us to check these frames? Strategists said they were filled with bombs, while War Master said they were high-end Sangbi's fairy frames. I was just kidding. War Master, I thought you were on my side. Yes, and I regret it now. If I'd known things would end up like this, I should have just done it myself in the auction lot warehouse. What's this about auctions and warehouses? Sweeper, Phaetusa, what have you done with my precious Defh? You know this is an important time for the commander. This is terribly irresponsible. But it was all for the good of the doll community. We didn't do anything wrong. It's not my fault. I tried to stop them, Miss Helen. Please don't ruin the commander's impression of me. That's not important at the moment. Tell me right now, is your current situation dangerous? Is the surrounding area safe? Are you far away from large gatherings of people? I guess we're safe for the moment. We're currently at the inn, going through the spoils of war. Spoils of war? How did you get these items? What connection do they have to you? How should I put it? It's kind of a long story. Save it for now. Can you tell us what these things are? Alright, move closer. Now reveal what's inside. Stop. Don't touch it any further. What's going on? Did I infringe on some taboo? Judging by the exposed detonators, it looks like military-grade C4 plastic explosives that have been rigged for remote detonation. How many of these fake frames are there? I think there's a dozen or so of them. That's enough to blow an entire building sky high. I knew it was a trap. I told you we shouldn't have taken them. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. We're in front of Miss Helen right now. Given the quantity of explosives here, blowing them up on site is pretty much impossible. Forgive me, Phaetusa, but I might have to inform the commander about this matter. Alright, I understand. But it seems so serious. What should we do now? For starters, I need more information. Please examine the items according to my upcoming instructions. Meanwhile, I need to know more details about the situation. The Chevrolet? Oh, okay, I got it. Boss, everything's set. The swap went off without a hitch. We swap a crate of frames with fakes filled with C4. I just saw a cute little delivery girl move it into their HQ building. What now? Should we proceed with the next step? What you have done so far has secured a promotion and a bright future for yourself. But what comes next is the true test. I like how Sakura has no idea what is happening. She just delivered the thing and it was actually a bomb. I'm going to bring you into their HQ. You know what to do next, right? Yes, enter the beacon control center and install this generator. Pour over the details. The top brass will not tolerate failure. We'll never get a chance like this again. In particular, make sure you plant the explosives on the locations highlighted by the engineers. We need to ensure the beacon control center is completely destroyed. Got it, boss. I'll treat this like it's the most important thing in my life. This is the most important thing in your life. While Uncle Zimmerman can be very generous, he hates useless people. We recently lost Mokosh. It was an important location in the yellow zone for us. The year's performance metrics are going to look very bad if we cannot deal with Port Mika. You sure you should be telling me all that? It's so you understand just how important this is. The reason Connection can sit pretty in this chaotic world is they have a direct line to the upper echelons of the URNC. If we destroy this beacon control center and sever Port Mika's contact with the outside world, they'll be mere lambs to the slaughter. If Uncle Zimmerman's willing to invest in a bunch of Yellow Zone rabble, he'll treat his capable people well. But you need to do well enough that people cannot ignore it. Then I'll have some justification to put in a good word for you. Makes sense, right? Carl hangs up. Then he adjusts his outfit before returning to the meeting room like nothing happened. The auction has ended, and the guests are talking in their tiny cliques. Carl makes a beeline for Lydia. Lady Lydia, if my recollection serves, we talk about how we should visit Connection's HQ sometime. Oh yes, I haven't forgotten, of course. I was waiting for your schedule to free up. Well, now would be the perfect time, no? In fact, I was wondering what to fill the rest of my day with. Carl and Lydia exchange smiles, but they each know the other is full of it. Visiting the HQ, that topic never came up before. Given the circumstances, however, this lie has become quite convenient, and thus it becomes the truth. Please come with me. I'll give you a night to remember. Wording